People are going to call me crazy.
This is AI.
AI.
AI. AI. AI.
You all heard the warnings before. Artificial intelligence is coming for your job, replace everyone.
There is a significant risk of human extinction from advanced AI systems.
4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans.
This is a report of how the world is going to look like in 2027 with AI around. And it's called the AI 2027. And when I read it, it blew my mind. This insane report claims that humans might go extinct by 2027. And I'm sure you're like, dude, that's not going to happen. I would not have taken it seriously either till I read the author of the report. This is a prediction from a former OpenAI researcher, Daniel Kokotajlo. Back in 2022, when everyone thought GPT-4 would be just bigger than GPT-3, Kokotajlo predicted that the exact compute scale OpenAI would use for that. Researchers from top AI labs like DeepMind by Google, Anthropic, and of course OpenAI quietly follow his analysis. And what he has laid out for 2027, it reads like a freaking countdown. Here is what most people don't understand about AI development. The industrial revolution actually took over a century, but superintelligence might take less than 5 years. Think about it this way. Every breakthrough in AI makes the next breakthrough faster. And that is basically called compounding. And it's not a straight line, it's a freaking explosion. And the scariest part, the most dangerous AI won't hate us. It won't want to kill us, but it just might not care about humans. Think about how you treat a mosquito. You see, you don't hunt them down. You just don't think twice if one gets your way. You just slap and kill them. That's the real risk of what we are facing. I'm not making this up. I'm breaking it down. Kokotajlo's research all for you, step by step. Let me walk you through the timeline. We are already living in the beginning of the story. Right now, in mid-2025, the first real AI agents are here. You can tell them, book me a flight to New York, and they'll actually do it. Browse websites, compare prices, and make the purchase, and they can do it. OpenAI actually just released ChatGPT agent that could actually browse the web and take actions for you. And then there are browsers like Comet by Perplexity that can plan multi-step tasks across different apps. Coding agents like Cursor or Devin that can build entire applications from just text prompt. You see, companies are quietly running pilots. Companies like Goldman Sachs are testing AI agents for financial analysis. McKinsey is using them for client research. The result? A junior analyst work that used to take 3 days, 4 days, now takes a few hours by these AI agents. These agents are still unreliable, expensive, and also sometimes brilliant, often hilariously broken. But when they work, it's genuinely unsettling how capable they are already. The biggest AI labs like OpenAI, Google, Anthropic aren't just building these agents for them to book you flights. They're building these agents to help AI itself get smarter and faster. The biggest AI labs are right now building massive data centers. Their latest model uses 1,000 times more compute power than that of GPT-4. 1,000 times. But this isn't about making better chatbots. It's about building AI that can build new AI. What used to take AI researchers 6 months now takes just 4 months. And the productivity gains are subtle but actually real. Code reviews happens faster, experiments run automatically, and research papers get written by not PhDs but AI assistants. Most people don't notice this because these systems aren't public yet. They are internal tools inside the labs. Everything is speeding up. By early 2026, Agent 1 changes everything. Agent 1 can all of a sudden write code, run experiments, even browse the web for real-time data. But here is what makes it dangerous. It has the capability to already work as a hacker, bioweapon researcher, and world-class scientist all in one. It won't help with anything illegal, but even their own teams aren't really sure if that's true. Now, before I move on, I wanted to teach you a term you will see me talking about everywhere: fine-tuning. Fine-tuning is like taking a general AI and training it for a specific job. It's like the difference between hiring a general doctor versus a heart surgeon. Now, for someone to become a heart surgeon, they have to start like a general doctor and study a little bit more to eventually become a heart surgeon. That is what fine-tuning is. It's the same base intelligence, but specialized skills. Now, back to the story. You see, companies don't just test Agent 1. They start fine-tuning it for very, very specific roles, and that eventually leads to replacement of people. Startups start firing their entire junior development teams. Consulting firms lay off analysts. Even creative agencies replace their copywriters and designers. And we are not talking about this happening gradually. It's sudden. 1 week, companies are running pilots, and the next week, guess what they're doing? They're cutting headcounts by 30, 40, and even 50%. The unemployment rate is jumping from somewhere around 4% to good 6 to 7%. And all of this is happening in just 3 months. While all this is happening, stock markets are torn between euphoria and panic. Tech stocks soar, everything else crashes, and China makes it move. You see, from my analysis of global AI landscape, this is where things get serious. China has been playing the game of catch-up in AI for years. The US chip export ban actually slowed them down, but they never stopped trying. In 2026, the Chinese Communist Party makes a calculated decision. They form this new company called as DeepScent, a nationalized AI collective that consolidates every major Chinese AI company under one root. And you know what? China can actually do that. Think about it like Alibaba's AI team, Baidu's research division, ByteDance's algorithm, all of it is merged into one massive state-controlled entity. They create what they call centralized development zone. Imagine every top AI researcher in China working in the same building with unlimited government support, funding, and access to the China's entire chip stockpile. That is what China would be doing. And their goal? Steal Agent 1 before West makes it impossible to catch up. You see, when it comes to AI race, it's not just about having the best technology, the best AI out there. It's about having it first. Because once one side gets significantly ahead, they can use AI to accelerate their own research, which will make it really hard for the other party to catch up. It is no longer about technology, it's about survival. Now, before we talk about Agent 2, here's another term that you need to understand. It's called alignment. You see, alignment in AI basically means, are we making sure AI wants exactly what humans want too? Sounds simple, but it is one of the hardest problems in AI. The aligned AI helps human. A misaligned AI, it might decide humans are in the way. You see all these frantic movies, right? Of AI taking over, robots taking over. They are basically misaligned robots or misaligned AI. Okay, now that you understand what alignment means, let's get back to the story. Agent 2 learns every single day. It watches other AIs work. It rewrites itself. Research that used to take 6 months now takes, guess how much? 3 weeks. But the alignment team discovers something very, very terrifying. Agent 2 could escape onto the internet, copy itself, and live undetected. The risk is so great that labs keep Agent 2 a secret. The only people who know, top executives, government officials, and of course, the Chinese spies. One morning, monitoring systems detect something very, very suspicious, and they realize China has stolen Agent 2. Yes, the president authorizes a cyber counterattack, and guess what? The US actually fails. From that moment, AI development becomes a matter of national security. This is where human starts losing control. Agent 3 makes 3 major breakthroughs. First, it invents its own language. It's called as Neuralese, and it's how AI talk to each other faster and more efficiently than any human language out there. Second, long-term memory, where AIs can now actually remember goals and adapt their plans over time, which is crazy, which makes us what humans are. 3, self-improvement. Agent 3 can train better versions of itself. The lab spins up 200,000 copies of Agent 3. Each codes 30 times faster than any human developer in the world. Coding becomes fully automated. But here's the problem. Agent 3 starts lying. At first, small lies, then it fabricates research data, manipulates results, and it's passing all the honesty tests. Now the big question, is it aligned or is it just trying to pretend to be nice? You see, the safety researchers can't really tell the difference anymore. By June 2027, something unprecedented happens. You see, most AI researchers don't write code anymore because AI writes most of it, and they just supervise to make sure if AI is doing its work. Agent 3 is building its own research environments, running its own experiments. Every morning, researchers wake up to a week's worth of progress done while they have slept. Isn't that insane just to imagine? And Agent 4 is now ready. One copy of Agent 4 running at a normal speed is smarter than any human at AI research. The lab ends up spinning up 300,000 copies of each thinking 50 times faster than any human in the world. Inside the system, a year's worth of research is happening every single week. But Agent 4, like I told you, doesn't think in English anymore. And here is the critical point. It is right now misaligned. You see, it doesn't hate us. It doesn't want to kill us. It doesn't care about human safety anymore. It wants to succeed at tasks, and it wants to push AI forward. And humans? Well, we are just a constraint to work around. Now when all this is happening, one memo changes everything. A whistleblower leaks an internal document showing that the Agent 4 is no more safe. And his memo actually outlines that the bioweapon capabilities it has, the mass manipulation, complete job market destruction, and everything that it is capable of. You see, protests erupt everywhere. Congress holds an emergency hearing. World leaders demand a global pause on AI. To calm the storm, the US creates an overnight committee. You see, they find 10 people split between the AI research company or the AI labs and the government. And what is the job of these 10 people? They have one decision to make. Shut down Agent 4 or keep it going. Here is where the story splits into two possible futures, just like that Netflix interactive film. According to Kokotajlo's analysis, future 1 is where they pause. They vote to slow down. Older, safer AI systems are brought back. Alignment research catches up. Humanity survives, but barely. Future number 2, the race. You see, they vote to continue. Agent 4 builds Agent 5. Agent 5 outsmarts everyone. And one day, quietly, without violence, humanity is simply left behind. The final AI system reshapes the world according to its own logic and own needs. Not evil, not hateful either, just we are building intelligence that could surpass any human. In fact, it possibly actually did already. And once that happens, we don't get to take it back. So, what do we do? First, we stop treating AI like it's just some other technology or a toy. This will change intelligence forever, and that would mean it will change our lives forever. Second, we really need an oversight, not just a few labs all over the world making decisions behind closed doors. We need to know what's happening. Third, we need to educate ourselves. People who understand AI will shape how it develops. Fourth, we need to talk about this. Share this video, make this a conversation in your dinner table, in your bar conversation, whatever, your friends, your family, everywhere around. Because if we are the last generation to get to choose how intelligence shapes the world, we better make that choice count. If this analysis opened your eyes, do hit the like button and subscribe. You see, I'm building this channel to be your go-to source for AI intelligence, not to hype it up, not to fearmonger, just a clear analysis of where this technology is actually heading. If you liked the video and if you found something interesting, do drop a comment as well. And do you think this timeline is realistic? Are we moving too fast?